Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to talk to you more about Heloise the Hollow. This is an exciting new promo card with the auction style sale from Splinterlands. This card's amazing. I really believe it's going to impact the meta in a substantial way. And I get into that within the video clip to follow, but I want to talk about the utility, the functionality, the scarcity, my price predictions for this amazing card, and how I think it might change the meta. One final note, I do want to say that when I was recording the original clip, I was under the impression that every purchase had a 5% chance to turn into a gold foil. Apparently that's not the case. The gold foils will sell on predetermined days. I think that's going to lower the numbers that are expected for each sale for obvious reasons. But I still suspect each one of these will move for significant money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, possibly 1,000 per unit for this amazing card. And I'd love to explain why. If that sounds interesting, stick around. Otherwise, thanks so much for your time. Have an amazing day. God bless. Heloise is so wanted, but will be fun days ahead. I think you're saying like it's deeply desirable, but almost no one's going to get it. That must be what you're pointing to, and I think you're right. It's going to be really crazy to see how those end up selling. Heloise the Hollow is going to be a very expensive card, and Matt was talking with Baby Omega and Stever. They talked a little bit about what sort of auction approaches could have been done to maximize the returns. And they were talking about how like a Dutch auction might have made more money. I'm pretty sure that's going to sell. It's going to be good. Like it's going to be expensive. There was some implication, or they weren't skeptical about Heloise the Hollow's sale potential, but there was one point where they said, what if like only the first people buy it for like a lot of money, and then it kind of goes quiet because less people want to buy it. And then the people toward the end get some really affordable copies. That's theoretically possible, but when you understand that there's only going to be 100 copies of this card, 100 copies of this card, and this card is obviously crazy powerful. Like, I mean, these abilities are nuts. I think this is going to make games be much faster. This is going to take away, like, one of the implications that I see this having on the meta. This is going to move us away from these like long sustained battles that we sometimes see. Thinking of cards like Tofu that just really want to build this like, I'm going to just outlive you. I'm going to outlive you, or Lily Shieldpaw with the right tank in the front line with sustains and immunities, etc. That is a significant approach in this game. I'm just going to outlive you, and with Tofu, my Thorns damage is going to chip you down some way or another, and I'm probably going to win like long term with triages, repairs, etc. But Heloise the Hollow kind of fights back against that, because all of your attackers are going to attack me, and I'm going to attack your weakest spots. And when you attack me and kill me, that's okay, because I'm actually going to return the damage, and I'm probably going to kill you. Now, that means, in my mind, we move away from 20-round matches and we move toward 4 or 5-round matches. Like, not that this card transforms the entire meta overnight, but do you see how this pushes the needle? Like, it says, I will not sit there for a 20-round match. Nothing about this card is intended for the 20-round match. It is calling every attacker. It has no sustainability. It, like, in the sense of shield, void, phase, everything's coming at me and everything will kill me. And when it kills me, I'm going to return fire in a big way. Now, force fields will slow that return fire down. It's not called return fire, but that my Heloise the Hollow attacking you will be impeded, of course, by missed attacks, by force fields, by shields, by one armor would stop a huge 8-bomb because I don't have piercing. But you see my point. A card like this calls everyone at it and says, when you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. And if you're not prepared, I'm going to delete characters. And by the way, my card comes back to life when it falls. Yours doesn't, unless we're talking Rooney. And so for all those reasons, I think cards like this radically transform a little bit of how we play. And it's one card, but I don't think for a second that those would be the only cards with those abilities. Maybe this kit, of course, this kit should be unique, but these should come out more. I would hope to see a couple more of these, at least one more of these at a lower level, like a like a 4 mana monster that doesn't do an 8 bomb, but has something like that 100% retaliate on death, or maybe another card that has that, or both. The combination of both is crazy. That's the weird thing. No, the combination of the 3 is crazy, because the taunt says everybody come at me, and this says I'm going to kill you. I'm going to throw back and probably kill you when you come at me. And finally, this says I'm not even done when you kill me, but you are. And so I just feel like that radically changes some things around. So I do think Heloise the Hollow is going to be sold easily and for high prices. 100 copies. 100 copies is nothing. Like, I mean, I think from a data perspective, like I get 100 to 300 views on a video, every video, which means there's at least 100 people out there that love this thing. And no matter what I talk about, you guys show up and listen. Like, I could come on here and just tell you about my life, but you'll tune in because I might mention Splinterlands because you love Splinterlands. And that's my audience. But then I actually know that guys like Aftersounds have many similar names, but some distinct ones. And I could do that for every content creator, People's Guild, Gathering, and on and on and on. That means there's more than just the community members that are here on this channel right now. There's this broad community, and I believe it's several thousand people. I think it's 3,000 to 5,000 people are here playing this game regularly now. Of those, is it 10% of them that have big money? Like big money being a few grand to throw at something like that? I bet it is. I bet it is something like 10%. You know, do we have I'm saying we have 300 to 500 people who have thousands of dollars to spend on cards that they think are meaningful in this game because they believe it's fun and it's rewarding and it has a future. So cards that move the needle are going to be bought up. And I think I don't even need to, I'm speculating about Heloise the Hollow, but I think I can prove it when we look at things like the promo cards and we come in the legends and you see the action that's happened with respect to the legends, the leaderboard. But my point is, I think we sold 90 or 100 million DEC worth of value in the first phrase. And then we went 150 million DEC. We ramped up. When cards are good, people show up. 150,000 DEC is a significant pay. It's like $150,000, right? I gotta get this right. I know that I'm just gonna call it egg because I want to go 150 million. Is that right? 150 million. And then we times it by 0.0888. It's something like DC is something like that right now. So every DC price in fiat times every DC equals 123,000 US dollars spent in the last, was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks on that one card? Well, okay, not that one card, but you know my point. I think primarily the sale was coming from the Night Stalker. And all that to say, when we have significant buyers in this space and cards, I think 100 is easy. 100 is so easy. And I said before, and I really believe this to be true, of those 300 to 500 people I just speculated we have in this game that are whales, that have big money, that are willing to chase after cool assets that change the game, and this is one of those assets, I think at least some of them would want to have more than one of these. That's the crazy thing too. And throw in the lottery aspect of 5 of these 100 are going to be gold foils. 5. That is such a crazy scarcity. It is nuts. So I think you have investor potential, you have collector potential, you have, whales who want more than one of them. We have probably an audience that's too big. Even if there were 500 of these, I think it would be fine. But 100 is the right number to create that real crazy scarcity. And it's such an appealing low number. Like to have a card that's 1 in 100, or rather a card that's 1 in 95, because there's only going to be 95 regular foils. So buying one of these in my mind for $1,000, that's the number I keep thinking about. And it might be more, but $1,000 to me seems like a starting point from a consideration, from a dollar value. I would say these don't sell for less than $1,000. I could see them selling for $2,000 per unit. There'll be flexibility across days, but that's where my mind goes because of its functionality, its usefulness, its the implications it has on what I would understand the meta to be, and the scarcity. If you get a gold foil, this thing, I wouldn't be surprised if it lists, there probably won't be one that lists. I bet there's 10 to 20 people who chase more than one of these things. So I'm super excited for that. And I don't really I obviously don't fall in the camp that has any fear or concern about these not moving or not selling for good prices. And I was kind of a little bit surprised to hear, I think it might have been Baby Omega, and maybe they're just having a good conversation with Matt. I don't know. I haven't talked to them about this directly, but you know, it's kind of a good conversation to have with Matt, even if you don't really think it's not going to move. So maybe that's where it comes from. But if there's any doubt in my mind, that thing's sold. Like, it's just that they're going to move. They're going to be done. It's going to go so good. It's going to go so well. It's going to blow the lid off. It's going to be an advertising piece for the game. It's going to draw eyeballs. It's this limited, scarce, exciting, you know, NFT in this blockchain game that, hey, it's been around for how many years and what's going on over there? It's going to, like, to me, that is one of the coolest ideas Matt's had in a long time, or the game has brought forward in a long time.